You're gonna now review Siman Tafresh Pei Vav Siman, which we successfully learned together. The first Siman in Hilchos Purim. This is a Word document. I tried to uh, summarize everything that we learned in a organized fashion, different topics. First of all, is it permissible to fast before Purim? The answer is yes. You could fast before and after Purim. As we know, we have Tainus Esther, which is obviously before Purim. Eulogies are also permitted as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, you cannot eulogize on Chanukah and on Purim itself,
Right, but you
but
give.
before you could.
Un-
Correct.
unless it's an Adam Goel, right? Or unless it's
Correct.
a
That's the next line. Very good. Mishna Berura quotes the Bach and Pri Chadash, who states prohibited to fast before Chanukah. Mishna Berura says that it's prohibited to decree a public fast after Chanukah. Um, yeah. Okay. Now, question is, why do we fast on the Tainus Esther, 13th of Adar? What's the reason for this? Shulchan Aruch says we fast on the 13th of Adar. There's many reasons. Mishna Berura says during the time of Mordechai and Esther, all the Jews gathered on the 13th of Adar to wage war. They davened that Hashem should help them be victorious, and they also fasted during that time. The custom therefore developed to fast on the 13th of Adar. Reason two why we fast, Tainus Esther reminds us that Hashem hears everyone at a time of distress. Okay? Reason three, the Maggid Mesharim relates that there is a concern that because of eating and drinking a lot on Purim, people will sin. Yishmun, Yeshurim, V'yivat. Hashem therefore made Tainus Esther before Purim in order that we will be safe from sinning and that the Satan will not be able to prosecute. The fasting kind of offsets the eating that will be done and the drinking. Shaul's Tshuva Shevet HaKahati relates that Haman's decree isn't completely pushed off and irrelevant. Haman's decree can actualize even nowadays. Therefore, in order to prevent Haman's decree from coming to fruition, we fast. In other words, that decree can still happen. So therefore, we fast to prevent that from occurring.
That's his own.
This is the Shiloh Tshuva Shevet HaKahati's reason as to why we fast the Tainus. So these are four reasons. If anyone knows of any more, please let me know.
So we let right. The Torah didn't mention anything about it, right?
Not so much as to why. If Purim is on Sunday, when do we fast? As we know, as we learned already, Shulchan Aruch says that we fast on the Thursday before. Purim falls out on Sunday, you fast Thursday before. You can't fast on Shabbos, you want to fast after Shabbos as well. Mishnah Berura says that someone who was traveling and forgot to fast on Thursday should actually fast on Friday, Erev Shabbos. When Purim falls out on Sunday, we don't say Sid Koscha Sedek, Sid Koscha Sedek on Shabbos. Okay? Ramaz says that a Purim falls out on Sunday, but there's a bris on Thursdays. Things get a little tricky over here. Permissible to eat at the bris, the Ramaz says. The people who eat at the bris on Thursday should fast on Friday. Mishnah Berura relates that many argue on this Ramah and hold that when Purim falls out on Sunday, the fast must be on Thursday, and no one is able to eat at the bris except for what's called the Bali bris. We learned Bali bris like the father of the son and a few other individuals. Sanduk we learned maybe the Moel. The meal for the bris will be later that night after the fast. These Bali bris do not need to fast on another day as well.
Yeah, the people who
Should
fast.
like us what to do.
Let's say they're going to pay people fast on Friday. They have to fast the full Friday, or should they break the
Yeah.
fast before?
Yeah, full thing.
Okay.
Is fasting before Purim obligatory? This is probably my favorite section of the Siman. Ramah says, I mean, I like the reasons for the fast also. That was nice. Ramah says that the fast of Esther is not obligatory. It's not an obligation from the Torah, not from the rabbis. Therefore, one could be lenient in a pressing situation. For example, if someone's pregnant or nursing, or someone who is a choyle shem b'sakan, he's sick in a not with a non-terminal illness, common cold, sickness that isn't dangerous. Even someone, says the Rama, whose eyes hurt, doesn't need to fast. Now, if he's in a lot of pain, he doesn't need to fast and can fast another day instead.
What's the most stringent?
However, what'd you say, David?
I guess no, it's not. It's a tangent.
Okay, so hold on. However, other people who are healthy should not separate from the congregation and shouldn't fast. I think this meant to say if he isn't in a lot of pain. He doesn't need to fast. I'm not sure. Well, I'll look that up in a minute. Other people who are healthy should not separate from the congregation. Mishna Berura explains that only someone whose eyes hurt must fast another day. However, a pregnant woman or nursing women, are exempt from fasting even if they aren't in pain. Or Shulchan and Marsham says that someone who is pregnant or nursing doesn't need to fast even if they aren't in a lot of pain, like we just saw. Similarly, the Vayatzu says that in our generation women are weak and can be lenient and not fast. Those who are permitted to eat shouldn't eat too much. Furthermore, they should only eat in private. They also shouldn't have shouldn't have meat and wine unless they need to do so for health reasons.
What about kids?
Kids, they don't need to. Some
Kids
say
or
that
eating-
someone who is weak doesn't need to fast. This refers to someone who if he fasts, will be in pain on Purim. But one shouldn't apply this leniency without consulting a Talmud Chacham.
No, what about kids eating in public though? It's fine.
But also better not to, because they don't cause others to get hungry.
This year it's easier.
Why?
Before we change the clock.
Yeah, okay, still, it's, people are hungry. Increasing happiness on other. Mishna Berura quotes the Gemara that says that when the month of Adar enters, we should increase our happiness. Everyone should estimate and evolve himself with what causes him more happiness. One should eat and drink items he likes, etc. One should remove all worries and sadness during the month of Adar. One should be happy during the entire month of Adar. Some say that one should also increase his happiness during the month of Nisan. Some have accustomed to hang signs that say when Adar comes, we increase our happiness. Some put the sign on the part of their house that has the Zecher L'Churban. Some say that the obligation to be happy only applies during the second Adar. When the holiday of Adar, when the holiday of Purim is, someone who has a court case should try to have it during Adar. Some say that there's an obligation of happiness during the first Adar because Moshe was born on the 7th of the first of Adar. Miscellaneous, it's permissible to shower on Tainus Esther, also to get a haircut or shave on Tainus Esther. There's an argument if it's permissible to listen to music on Tainus Esther. Any questions or comments on anything pertaining to this Siman?
Right, so you're saying that Moshe Rabbeinu was born during Mishna Berura?
The 7th of Adar, Rishon.
But I'm saying there was a Mishna Berura. It was.
Oh, Mishna Berura. It was the 1st of Adar. I don't know.
Doesn't sound like it was a big deal.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess, all right. Not either way though. All right.
Yeah.